Welcome to Speak Bold with KK. Here we learn phrases and grammar with the help of the fun and storage. Also, we do practice about the English listening skills along with the speaking.
This is the story of the second chance and it shows the importance of the second chance in life. In the city of Ujjain, nestled beside the holy river, lived Inspector Aryan, a man both stoic and stern. Years of working in a crime units had made him resilient, but also distant. He had faced hatred, fatigue, and even abandonment, all silently without complaint. When he met Maya, a social worker known for rearing abandoned children, something shifted. She ran an orphanage where hope was woven into every wall. She believed that every child deserves a second chance, a philosophy that Aryan, hardened by his world, found perplexing. One day, Aryan visited the orphanage after receiving an admonition from his superior. You can't always condemn people, Aryan. Sometimes we must try to amend, not punish. As Aryan walked through the garden, a little boy named Kabir ran toward him. Shy, trembling, clutching a broken toy gun. He thinks you are a hero, Maya whispered. Aryan knelt. Why this toy? He asked. Kabir looked down. I wanted to be like you. Aryan's heart sank. His subconscious stirred. Perhaps the image he had projected wasn't strength but fear. Maya later told him children absorb things like osmosis. They learn not from what you teach but from who you are. That night, Aryan sat on his balcony. He thought about the lives he would have saved and those he might have deprived of kindness. He had once resented his father's abandonment, and in doing so, had become like him, distant and severe. The next morning, Aryan returned to the orphanage with books, paints, and toys. This is my salvation, he told Maya, smiling. I want to amend more than just records. It wasn't easy. The children were curious but cautious. Aryan had to buckle down, rebuild trust from scratch. One boy reluctantly accepted a storybook from him. A week later, Kabir held Aryan's hand tightly when a storm arrived. You stayed, he said. Aryan's voice shook slightly, always. In time, Aryan learned that forgiveness begets peace and compassion yields connection. His bitterness, once so sharp, began to soar, replaced by moments of joy, small but pure. He stopped condemning himself, choosing instead to grow, change. Maya said one evening, isn't a crash, it's a calm wave, rising through patience, crashing only when it's ready. Metaphorically speaking, aren't teased. No, she smiled. Literally? Today's grammar focus would be on past simple tense. This tense is used for action that happened at a specific time in the past. For example, from this story, Aryan sat on his balcony. Kabir ran toward him, shy, trembling. He stopped condemning himself, choosing instead to grow. And the structure would be subject, which will be followed by the second form of the verb. Today's vocabulary focus. First, admonition. The meaning of this vocabulary is a gentle warning or reprimand, advice against something. For example, from this story, Aryan received an admonition from his superior, something we must try to amend, not punish. Second vocabulary is perplexing, meaning confusing or difficult to understand. For example, Maya's belief in giving criminals a second chance was perplexing to Aryan, who had always believed in punishment over compassion. Buckle down to begin to work seriously and with determination. For example, Aryan had to buckle down and rebuild trust with the children from scratch. Abandonment, the act of leaving someone or something behind permanently. Aryan still carried the weight of his father's abandonment, which had shaped his distant nature.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your next English story is just one click away.